under Stage 2 of Pathway 1 of the Afghan Citizens Resettlement Scheme. As the Minister will know, this was opened in the summer after much delay and was welcomed and appreciated by Afghans. However, there are still issues with the scheme. Now, this particular route refers to the separated family members of those who were evacuated under Stage 1 of the pathway, i.e. those who were identified for evacuation from Afghanistan immediately prior to and following the fall of Kabul. The first issue is this time limit, because whilst Afghans were IDed for evacuation in a relatively short period of time between the 13th and 28th of August, many were unable to access evacuation flights at that time. And I think we can all remember, certainly those of us that were in the House and even those who weren't, the chaos unfolding as the Taliban came closer and closer to the airport. And it actually took until March of the following year for all those identified for evacuation to reach the UK. The ability for them to be reunited with their family is based on being evacuated, not just identified for evacuation, in that very limited August period. And I assume it's got to be an oversight to leave the families out of the scheme for those people who just happen to come a few days, weeks or months later through no fault of their own. And so the second question I want to ask is to look up into the take-up of the scheme. The application window only opened for a very short period of time, from 30th of July to 30th of October, and the forms are lengthy and the evidence required rightly substantial. And has support been provided to Afghans here and families elsewhere? How is the Home Office responding when families struggle to provide the necessary documentation? Because this is particularly difficult for those families who have fled to Pakistan and may not have access to things like bank statements, marriage certificates and medical records. Will the Home Office consider reopening the application window if it comes to light that this process has not worked and that families, many of whom served and worked with the UK when we were in Afghanistan, remain separated due to the short time frame and difficulties in meeting those requirements? This debate is wider. It's about many things, many people, many places. But what we are talking about at the heart of it is whether the Home Office is set up to make the processes involved transparent, efficient and effective. Thank you.